Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. You know, today is Self-Care Day. This is Shakira Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I'm known as your procrastination strategist, behavior change expert, where I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and to get your dreams out of your head into your life. There are no limits to what we can do. Take the brakes off. You got to take the brakes off. Drive. Take the brakes off. Take the brakes off of your thoughts. Drive. You got to drive and say, you know what? There are no limits to what I could do. And I can sing to anything. I had a coworker yesterday that said, "Oh, nigga, you can just sing to anything." And I mean, you make a song out of anything, but sometimes you have to give yourself a new sound. You have to give yourself a new sound. So even as I was preparing to come on here this morning, I had a new song. And I was, coming out and thinking, there are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits. There are no limits. There are no limits to what I can do. Good morning, Belinda. Thank you so much for joining. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits to what you can do. We have to take the brakes off. We have to take the brakes off. We have to take the brakes off. It is time for us to get out of our box. It's time for us to say, you know what? I know that I was taught to color in the lines, but I said, I don't want to color in the lines. I want to be out the box. I don't want to be in the lines. I don't want to be restricted, and I don't want to be constrained to have to do nothing one way in the little bitty box. There's a whole world out here to explore. There are no limits. There are truly no limits. I saw Belinda in half of the 50 states, with her creations, with her creativity, with her, with her images and the things that she do. There are no limits. There are no reason why. There is no reason why the rest of that map is not color red. It's possible. There are no limits to what we could do. There are no limits to what we can have. The only limit that we have, you want me to tell you? The only limit that we have, the only limits that we have, it is right here. It's what we think. It's what we believe. There are no limits. Our opportunities are limitless. We operate and walk with a limitless God, that's everywhere, doing everything for everybody, all at the same time. That's how good He is. He is not limited to a location. And if we said that, greater is He that is in me. If He that is in me is greater than he that is in the world, same power that He has. So for us to be everywhere, we are able to be everywhere with our things and with our stuffs and with our gifts and talents. But we got to get out of this mind. We got to get out of our head and thinking that we're limited by our our location, that we are limited by our zip code. No, I just got off the phone with Pakistan. I just communicated with Pakistan. So you are not limited by your location. We're limited by our thinking. We are limited by our thinking. Somewhere along the line, somebody told us that it's not possible. Somewhere along the line, somebody done told us that we can't do it. But we got to realize and recognize that we are not limited by what somebody said. We are not limited. Good morning, Onika. Good morning, Nikita. Good morning, Mother Webbs. Thank you so much for joining. Somewhere along the line, somebody done told you, girl, that ain't possible. Dude, that ain't possible. Woman, that ain't possible. Man, that ain't possible. But I come here to tell you today, we got to take the limits off. It is possible. There is nothing that is impossible when you're walking and operating with God. When you're operating with God, all things are possible. What does all exclude? Absolutely. That is absolutely nothing. All absolutely excludes nothing. There is nothing impossible for God. He's all possible. He's all possible. He's all knowing. He is everywhere. So if he is everywhere and he is in us, good morning, Jackie. Thank you so much for joining. If he is everywhere and he is in us, why are we not everywhere? We're not limited by our location, our zip code. We're not limited by our family structure. We're not limited by the school that we attended. That was, head knowledge. Where is your heart knowledge? Where is your belief in your heart where you said that, you know what? I am not restrained. I am not restrained. I am not chained up. I'm not bound by where I am because I have the ability to be all over this world, speaking to millions all over the world. I just hung up with Pakistan. When you think about that, you and getting ready to be on a mastermind in 2 hours all over the world, literally Israel, all over the world, Canada, so many other places that will be on that line during our mastermind. You got to realize and recognize that until we change what we think, our world is not going to change. But you change what you think, it'll change your whole entire life. Our lives will be changed just by thought. When I think about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, I just finished that book in April, and that is the book that we're masterminding. A lot of, several books, but that is one of the key books. That is the name of one of our groups, Think and Grow Rich. But when you think about think and grow rich, it didn't say work yourself out of health and get rich, because do you know your biggest wins in your finances is not going to be the result of you working hard. Come on now, somebody. Did you hear me? Your biggest financial win will not be the result of you working hard with your hands. It's going to be with you working hard with your mind. It's going to be with an idea. It's going to be with a new invention or creation. It's going to be with a thing that somebody else didn't come up with. It's going to be with a thing that somebody had but you improved. Good morning, Margaret. Thank you so much for joining. Your largest financial breakthrough is not going to come by way of you working harder and harder with your hand and on your feet. It's going to be by an idea that has been birthed. It's going to be by you being able to solve a problem that people have. You're going to be able to do it quicker, faster, easier, cheaper. Those things. When you're able to create something that's quicker, faster, easier, and cheaper than somebody else, you got yourself a win. You got yourself a gold mine. You got yourself a financial breakthrough. We're trying to get more hours on our job. We don't need more hours on our job. We need more ideas in our mind. Oh, come on, somebody. When you can create a new product, you just created a new stream. You got to realize that it's going to take multiple streams of income for you to live that healthy and wealthy life that you desire to live. Because you're not going to be healthy when you're working all these long, outdrawn hours. When you up early in the morning, you going down late at night. You busy but broke. Busy but broke. You want to work less hours, make more money, have more time to do what you want to do. That's why we get with coaches, mentors, and to be a part of masterminds, because you want time, money, freedom, where you're not working harder, but you're working smarter, but you're living better because you're making more money. You're able to help more people. You're able to do more things and go more places. Make some stuff happen. I don't know what this is doing for you, but this excites me. You know, when I came out, I don't know if you heard me singing the song when I first started, but there are no limits to what we can do. And I came out here with a song. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits. There are no limits. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits to what I can do when I do it with Christ. There is not a business, there is not a thing, there is not a situation, there is nothing that I want to be involved in that I can't have him involved in. So you got to look at, sometimes, well, you can't share that with everybody. Well, you're not my customer. You're not my client. Because, see, I know that my multiple streams of income would not increase without Christ. My multiple streams of income will not increase without Christ. I'm nothing without him. The things that I do, over half of the things that I say, by the time I get over here, I forgot what I said. And if I don't go back and listen to it, that's just lost. That's just out there. Is out there. But for me, I don't have no script. I don't have no paper. I don't have no tablet. I don't have no pad. Good morning, Toya. This is off the cuff. But when it's gone, it's gone. Good morning, Shanika. Thank you so much for joining. So sometimes if I want to go back, and I have to go back and listen to it myself, because when it's gone, it is gone. This is not no performance. It's not a performance, but there are truly no limits that you can do. You shouldn't limit yourself by power. You shouldn't limit yourself by financial means. You shouldn't limit yourself by location. You should not limit yourself by nothing that there could be a filter. You should take the filters off. Take the filters off. It don't have anything to do with your color, your education. It don't have anything to do with your family name, the school you attended, the town that you was raised in, the community that you was a part of. You don't have any limits based on none of those things. We like to say that we don't get a fair chance and we don't get an opportunity, that doors are closed, and because of the color of my skin and this and that. We know we got problems. We got some problems because you got some people that don't like us because they know we are great and we can do some things. We're smart. We just celebrated Juneteenth. Good morning, D. Thank you so much for joining. But on the flip side, you got to open up your mind and let some stuff flow in. Good morning, Evangeline. Thank you so much for joining. You have to, Evangeline, thank you so much for joining. You have to open up your mind to the possibility of you doing more, being more, having more, going more places, impacting more people. You got to open up your mind to believe that you can. You got to open up your mind that you are not limited. There are no limits. There are no limits. There are no limits. You are not limited. There are no limits. Good morning, Margaret. Thank you so much for joining. There are no limits to what you can do. Don't limit yourself by your age. Don't limit yourself by your certification. Don't limit yourself by the title in front of your name, in the middle of your name, behind your name. Don't limit yourself by your location. There are no limits. There are no limits to what you can do. Open up your mind. Set a goal. Tell yourself what you want. Do you know that there is power? There's power in visualization. There is power in visualization. And when those things that you visualize, when you see them come to pass, it just makes you feel so much better. Good morning, Shakia. Thank you so much for joining. Open up your mind to more possibilities because they are there. You have to change your paradigm. And the only thing you're changing is your conditioned behavior. You got to stop believing that the only way you can color is if you color inside the lines. You can color outside the lines on your paper. Good morning, Regina. Thank you so much for joining. There are no limits to what we can do if we do it with the open mind. To say there are no limits. There are no limits. You can color outside the lines. You don't have to have your stuff inside the lines. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything together. You can do what you want to do on your paper. Get out of the box and stop running around in this square. You got a whole world. You got as much around you. You got as much in front of you as you do behind you. You got as much on the right as you do on the left and vice versa. You're always in the middle of everything. You're in the middle. So why is it that you are not grabbing? Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining. Why is it that you're not grabbing more of what you desire? Because you got the power to get it. You have the power to get it. If you believe it in your mind, if you put it in your heart and you start walking, come on now, somebody. They see you have been conditioned. Listen, this is good to me. You have been conditioned. Good morning, Hazel. Thank you so much for joining. You was conditioned as a small child in kindergarten to stay in the lines, stay in the lines. You got to change your paradigm. You have to change your conditional behavior. You got to know that it's okay for you to There are no limits to what you can do. Get out of, you got to say that, you know what? I'm going to color outside the lines on purpose. I'm going to talk to strangers on purpose. I'm going to meet with like-minded people on purpose. I'm going to connect to other people that think that God is the only way, that Christ is the truth, the way, and the life. I'm going to connect with other people that's not afraid of the gospel, that's not afraid to mix business with the Lord, not afraid to say that I can't do nothing without Christ, not afraid, because you're afraid that they won't do business with you if you bring up your God. But you know what? I'm going to bring up God in my business because he is the CEO of my business. You got to change your paradigm. You have been conditioned to think that if you talk about what you believe, that they're not going to want what you have. You have been taught that if you color outside the line, that your picture ain't pretty. You have been conditioned to believe that you're limited based on the color of your skin, based on your gender, based on your location. But technology have opened up the way, have opened up the door, has given opportunities for you to be where you want to be, for you to communicate with who you want to communicate with, for you to do what you want to do. You got to get outside of the lines and say, I'm going to get you out a piece of paper and just color all over the paper just for giggles. Do it. Do it. See, you have been so conditioned that you got to be perfect. You have been conditioned to be something that you can't be. You have been conditioned to be something that you cannot be. You would never be perfect. You would never be perfect. Yes, I can say never with an absolute. I don't know but one perfect one. I don't know but one perfect one. And see, when I link up with him, it makes me better, but it don't make me perfect. It makes me better because when I do things with him, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Get you out a piece of paper and see how I feel that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be in the lines. You don't have to stay in the box. You don't have to stay on the hamster wheel. You don't have to keep on round and round in circles and doing the same thing over and over. You are hilarious this morning. Yeah. Good morning, Sasha. Thank you so much for joining. You got to know that. Get out the box. They done told you, from a little child, you learn those things in kindergarten or even before you go to kindergarten. When they give you the little coloring books, stay in the line. They tell you stuff and giggles. Yes. You know what it is. They tell you as a small child, no, get back. Back then they hit you with that ruler. Get back in the lines. That's not pretty. Get in the lines. I'm going to color all over my paper. I'm going to get outside the lines. I'm not going to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to speak perfect. I don't have to look perfect. All I got to do is be willing. You got to just have the will to do it. The will to do it. Some of you are not walking in your dreams. Some of you are not living your dreams because somebody done told you that you're not perfect, that you're not perfect in the skin. I don't care. I got scars from here on down, all the way down to my feet. I don't think you're no better than me, boo. I don't care. You can be scarless. I think I'm just as cute as you are. Come on. You got to realize that it's not about the housing that you're in. It's about what's in the house. What's in your heart? What is in your heart? It may not come out right all the time. You may not say the perfect words. You don't have to be afraid of people that's afraid of the same thing that you're afraid of. They're afraid of the same thing you're afraid of. They're afraid to get in the camera. They're afraid to take pictures. They're afraid that they're going to mess up, that their hair is sticking up, that this and that, this, that, and the third. Okay. It may not be perfect. But you know what? One thing that we know of a surety. One thing that we know. The people that are looking at us, judging us, talking about us, and talking about we ain't perfect, they ain't either. They're not either. Because see, the word that I read and said that all of us has fallen short of his glory. And none of us was good enough to save nobody. So we have to look at this thing. We have to look at this thing and say, you know what? I'm not perfect and they are not perfect, but you know what? I'm willing to do the best I can. And that's, when I put in the effort to do the best I can, I may not have the bright lights. See, some of you sitting back and you thinking that I can't start. You got something that you supposed to be offering to the world, but you worried about you telling yourself that you can't do it. This is my first time. Yesterday I was on an amazing celebration with women. I mean, panelists and poem writers and, songsters and all these other different sorts of types of things. And, I was I was the person that was doing the singing. I'm trying to get all sophisticated. Can I just be me? Look, you're speaking the truth this morning. Appreciate you for being positive and funny. Amen. Sometimes we have a word, and I'm going to get back to what I was saying. Sometimes we think that we got to be so deep to be accepted, and we got to be so deep, and, we just got to be humming and shaking back and forth. I can love the Lord and have a personality. God knew who I was when he told me to get out here and talk to these people. When he told me, he said, girl, they said you speak loud, and they said, girl, you speak loud and you talk a lot and you talk loud, but he said, you keep speaking for me. I said, yes, sir. You keep speaking for me. Yes, daddy. You keep speaking for me. So I'm not going to let what nobody got to say or how they feel about, she talk loud and sometimes she talk fast and sometimes she get excited because she's not sitting in one place and acting all stiff-necked. Come on now, somebody. You sure enough saying, thank you. Only through God. God allows me to do that. Good morning, Angela. Thank you so much for joining. But sometimes we think that if we all stiff-necked and if we don't move and we don't move our hands and if we don't act like we real, if we pinching ourselves because our face is itching and we scared to scratch our face, baby, can you just be human and act like you don't have human stuff that's going on while you doing this live? If I get on here, I be already looked at this hair of mine, but if I got a piece that's stuck up and moving all out of place, I'm going to put it back in place. I'm not going to figure that I can't touch my hair because you think that I don't need to do X, Y, Z. Do you know how many people that are being impacted by these videos with me sitting right here in my car? I can be up in my house. Some days I will be. But this is an opportunity where my hands can be free because I don't have all that I don't have all the technical stuff where I can put I got this big old OtterBox on my phone. So the stands I have, I'm not taking my OtterBox off to come on here live every day. So my iPhone will fit in the little stand to sit up and all these other different sorts of types of things. And then sometimes y'all knows it. You're all in the background. You're not listening to what's being said because you're looking at what's going on behind me. So look at these windows. That's all I can be, Mother Webbs. I can't be nobody but me. I don't want to be nobody else. I don't want to be like nobody else. I'm a lousy you, but I'm a great me. And you got to think the same way. I don't care what scars you have. I don't care your height. I don't care about the color of your skin. I don't care what you got going on. Be you. And when you be you, that's all that the people can can ask for. But we had an amazing time on yesterday. I thank God for Sister Hazel putting that together. I mean, them women, they were showing up speaking. I said, oh, wait. I thought I was going to get on there and sing and get off and get. I said, honey, this right here, this lunch break, I was working. I was working and listening and doing the things that, because see, sometimes we have all these excuses as to why we can't show up to something. And I know we said we'd be at work. Y'all doing every other thing when you at work. I mean, because long as you doing your work, if you listening to music and you listening to all this other stuff, why we can't be a part of something and show up to something that's going to benefit all of us, for us to know, 1, our history, 2, learn something new, and 3, be a part of something that's bigger than you. A lot of times we don't want to show up if we're not the main attraction. I don't have to be the main attraction. Baby, I can be a support system. I will serve. I will work with my hands. I don't have to sing. I don't have to speak. I don't have to say nothing. You don't have to know nothing about me. Only thing I need to know is what you need me to do, and boo, I will do it. And you know what? God always allow it to happen. He always allow it to happen. A lot of times we feel like we the best version of you. That's all you can be. That's all you can be, because you gonna be a knockoff of somebody else. I don't need to be no knockoff, but baby, I can be an authentic. I can be a real. I can be a raw and unseasoned 100 Onika Shirley. I can be me. But baby, I'll be a knockoff you, trying to be a carbon copy, trying to copy how you do this and that, and the third. I don't have time for it. But can we support one another? Do you know what we make happen for others, God would make happen for you? God has, there's a grace over my life that sometimes I be like, just, whoa, I don't never question God. I'm not one to feel like, well, I don't know why you choosing me. I know why you choosing me. You said that he working out things for those that love him. I'm one that love him. I'm one that have faith. I got stupid, crazy, ridiculous faith. I'm sowing the seeds that he give me to sow. I'm not holding them. So why would I not think that a harvest gonna come? Why would I not think that he gonna bless me? I'm not the farmer that's gonna go out there and tittle my ground, and we out there watering the ground, nurturing the ground. We done put the seeds in it and we fertilizing the ground. And then I'm thinking, oh, ain't nothing coming. That's a lie. I'm thinking some coming. Some is gonna come because I put something down. That's why if we do what he want us to do, he'll do some of the things that we desire. Because see, our desires will be lined up with his will. See, when you're in the will of God, you don't want nothing for yourself that God don't want for you. You don't want nothing, because everything you want. God, you want me to have this? God, if it's mine, give it to me. God, if that ain't mine, don't give it to me. If it ain't mine, don't give it to me. Don't give it to me. Don't send them to me, God. If those are not the ones that you want me to be responsible for, I don't need to be responsible for the people you're responsible for. I don't need to be responsible for the ones that you say is yours, because I don't own people. I own stuff. A lot of times we think we own people. I don't understand it, and I don't even know why I'm going here, but I'm finna drop this up in here because it's in my mind. It's in my mind, and it's gonna come out of my mouth. A lot of times we get in these groups and we get in these cliques and organizations. We say we want to network, and we say we want to build up communities, and we want to be helpers one to another. But soon as you get in these groups, the people can't talk to each other because you said they stealing something from you. How do you steal people? People gonna be where they want to be and go where they want to go and do what they want to do. But if you're afraid, it's almost like being in a relationship. If you're afraid of your person going out, whether it be man or woman, and somebody else gonna look at them, and that's all the security that you got in yourself, you got a problem. I don't care who you talk to if you connected to me. What they can't do is be me. They can't be me. But we got this perception that if they're exposed to somebody, that they might find out that you a liar or you can't do what you say you're going to do. But if you bringing what you bringing to the table, they still like your little food. Everybody don't cook dressing like you do. Everybody can't drop it like you drop it. Everybody's not bringing it like you bring it. So stop being intimidated because people are talking to other people. They still can be your BFF and have another friend. These people can talk to opposite sex but not wanting to have sex. Why is our mind so messed up? That's what the enemy, he want to keep us occupied in our mind with a bunch of stupid foolishness and want us to believe. Come on now. He want us to believe that if people talk to other people, that it takes something away from you. I can light your candle off my candle and it don't take no light from me. I can recommend people to you. I don't care who you talk to. Because one thing about it, if you like me for me, you can talk to me and you can talk to them. But if you think you own people, something's wrong with you. I don't care who get mad. It's just the truth anyway. You let people decide who they want to talk to. I don't own nobody. Because one thing about it, even in a relationship, you can talk to who you want to talk to, but I know at the end of the day who you calling. I ain't saying who you don't answer. Come on now, somebody. You got some people, they are answer because people call. But who are you calling? That's what you got to look at. Well, we supposed to be rude because we know they connected to you and say, well, no, I can't talk to you because you connected to, I'm going to use you, Mother Webb, just because I thought of your name. I can't talk to you because you connected to Mother Webb. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. How are we supposed to support one another, grow with one another? How are we supposed to connect with people that got like-minded but different talents and gifts? And then, but when we connect, how much you stole some friends? How do you steal friends? How do you do that? Please explain that to me. Explain that to me in these social media streets. How do you steal friends? Follow who you want to follow. Patronize who you want to patronize with. Support who you want to support. You get the help that you need to get from where you need to get it. But when you think that somebody stole somebody from you, you need to go and check yourself. As they tell you, oh, you go back to the altar and go and take another. You need to have another dip because it ain't right. It ain't right. People need to be around other people because if they only depending on you, they can get a little worse. They can get a little worse. Some of y'all can be real worse. You got, I prick my finger, you know, this, that, and the third. Can go find you some more friends and tell them that stuff. Tell me about the other stuff. Because I don't need to know that you prick your finger. I stuck my finger with this stick pin. Oh, y'all are funny. Y'all say I'm hilarious. Sometimes we are funny. But I want you to know, even after me being hilarious, funny, throwing in a few jokes, having a little fun, but on the real, there are no limits. Therefore, you can't limit yourself to one person, or the only person I talk to is this person right there. That's crazy, because you know what? When you put them 4 hands together, you still limited. You need hands all over the world. Do you know the difference that you can make when you link up with people literally, all over the globe? All over the globe. When people, when you know, when they're making a decision, I'm always fascinated when I hear the people that I work with directly. They always say, now, what would Coach O say about that? I can just hear Coach O. I already know what she'll say. What would Coach O say about that? I already know what she'll say. That's where you want to be. You want people to hear you when they don't even see you. You want people to know that, you know, that when I'm making a decision, let me think about how Jesus would handle that. What would Jesus do? You know, we say all those type of things, but we just say the cliches because we didn't heard them. We ain't doing nothing with it. We just heard it. What are we doing with the things that we heard? What are we doing with the things that we heard? When you say you can be all you want to be, baby. Linking up with people all over the world. You know, when you heard that as a little child, you can be all you want to be. What you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do it. You can do it. You know, they used to have the trains up in your kindergarten classroom and said that you can do it. Choo, choo. You can do it. What happened to you thinking that you can do it? You let life happen. You let preconditions happen. You let your past happen. You let all those things that happen in life determine what you can do in your future? No, I can do this. I can do this. And the reason I can do it, because I believe I can. I believe I can. I believe I believe that I will be speaking to millions all over the world. I believe that my feet will tread on strange land. One, I believe it because that's what God told me. Those thoughts didn't just come to me because I was bored and I figured I'm just going to make up something. But do you know that you can have imagination that goes beyond your wildest dream? And some of us, we would not even imagine. We would not even imagine. We would not imagine what we want. We wouldn't imagine what we can do. We wouldn't imagine. We don't imagine where we can go. We don't imagine. You know how to make a sad heart happy. My true woman of God. Love you, my coach. Love you so much, Mother Webbs. Love you so much. God bless you. Go back and get your train. I can do it. Choo, choo, choo. When you think about, when you got that business endeavor, when you got that business plan, when you got that business idea, when you got those numbers that you desire to have in your bank account, when you got that marriage, that relationship, that friendship, when you got that business, that empire, when you got that organization that you want to be a part of, that you want to build, that you want to create, that you want to birth, you got to say, I can do it. That's down in my soul. I can do it. I am going to help millions. I am going to help thousands. I am going to help hundreds. But you know where I start? I start by helping one. I don't have to help 1,000 till I help one. And I can help thousands by helping one at a time. And when I help one, that helps one, that helps one, that helps one. See, we think that we got to do it all by ourselves. But see, when I help you, you helping somebody else because you telling somebody else about what you telling somebody that's telling somebody. And you only got to know 5 somebodies to know anybody in the world. You got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to know anybody that's in this whole entire world. You don't need to know but 5 people. I can do it. I can do it. I can do whatever I put my mind to. Choo choo. I can do it. Start by helping one. Amen. Think about what the words say to do something with it. Yes, we let life happen. Go back and get your train. Start by assisting one person. See, we get discouraged when we can't help 1,000. Don't worry about the 1,000. You worry about the one. And the one will go and beget one. And the one will go and beget one. The 2 will go get 4. The 4 will go get 8. The 8 go get 16. The 6 will go get 32. The 32 will go get 64. The 64. Do you get it? Do you get it? The 64 will go get 128. The 128 will go get 260. Whatever. You get the point. Come on and share it. You got to see how there is power in the compounding. When you put 1 on top of 1 and on top of 1 and 1 and when you do it, see, 1 plus 1 is 2. You don't keep on doing. You got choo. I can do it. I can do it. See, you think that this thing got to be so deep. It ain't got to be deep. It can be train low, but you can do it. And you can go mountain high if you just start with the train. When you multiply, when you said that I can do it by starting off with 1. When I get with 1, I get 2. When I get 2, I get 4. When I get 4, I get 8. When I get 8, I get 16. When I get 16, I get 30. And you keep on and you multiply and you multiply. It says be fruitful and multiply. This is good to me. This is good to me. And you're discouraged. You're discouraged. You're discouraged because you're not reaching but 2 or 3. Say what 2 or 3 together in my name. See, when them 3 Hebrew boys was thrown down there, it was 3 that went down, but it was 4 that was walking around. It was 3 that went down, but it was 4 that was walking around. They added, they increased. They increased. Did we not put 3 down there? Look like I see 4. And the other one look like he might be the Son of God. When you don't know the power of connection, when you so tangled up in yourself and you so independent and you feel like you don't need nobody and that you can do this stuff that they done put out here, the DIY, you done put up in your mind that you gonna do it yourself, you're limited. But when you take the brakes off and say, I'm going to connect with some more people that think like me, going like me, but they're different from me, but we're heading in the same direction because we all want something. You cannot get connected with people that don't want nothing. People that's happy with where they are, you need to stop fooling with them folks because they're going to hold you where they are. Do you know when you're holding a person down that you got to stay there with them? I'm not going to try to hold you down because that means I'm being limited because I got to stay there with you to hold you. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to forgive you and I'm going to let you go. I am not going to allow you to make me have to stay in one place doing one thing. See, sometimes we'll tell ourselves that we can't do multiple things because, you know, when you try to do more than one thing, you're doing nothing. You can do multiple things at different times. I can't sing and talk at the same time, but when I stop talking, I can start singing. When I'm singing, I can stop talking and I can do other things. But you don't have to limit yourself that I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to have this one source of income. I can't do nothing but work. Baby, when I get off of work, I can get in my gig. When I get off of my gig, I can go to my hustle. When I get off of my hustle, I can get me some rest and do that thing all again. And I can find myself with multiple streams of income where I can go where I want to go. I can do what I want to do. And I can be a blessing to other people. That's it. That's the formula. That is the formula. You got to get out of this mindset of one. One is powerful in a lot of ways. You can do one thing and mess up your life for a lifetime. You can have sex one time and get pregnant. One is powerful. But what is one times one? What's one times one? Help me out. What is one times one? Powerful. There is power in multiplication. And what I like about God, he is so strategic. When I connect with a person, I connect divinely, and it's always strategic. And see, with him giving me the gift of discernment, I can't fool with anybody. Can I just be honest? Can I be transparent? Which I've been to being honest. I'm just being honest. I can't fool with anybody. When you messy, I can't deal with you. I can't messy folks. I cannot deal with you. I can't even pretend to deal with you. Because once I discover that you messy, boo, I'm gone. I'm gone. Can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. Because my headspace cannot imagine me wasting time in a place with a people that ain't trying to go nowhere. You're just trying to keep up confusion. Good morning, Robert. Thank you so much for joining. So all connections that I have, that I value, they're divine. They are divine. They're divine. And we need divine connection. You don't need to be just connected with people that say, I got 5,000 friends. I don't have 5,000 friends. I have never made it to 5,000 friends because by the time I get one, I lose one. Because some folks are just messy. And when you're messy, you're going to get off of my page. Oh, the discernment is a powerful gift, Hazel. And sometimes people get offended with you because they figure, she just thinking she's somebody. I am somebody. I am the daughter of the king. Do you know who my daddy is? When you know who your daddy, when you know who you are, you need to act like you know who you are. Why would I act like I got to eat with the pigs when my daddy got servants? Why would I have to eat with the pigs when my daddy owned cattle on 1,000 hills? My daddy created the heavens and the earth. So why do I have to act like I don't have what I need when my daddy have all that I need? So when you know who you are, you got to act like you know who you are. You get to, well, I ain't gonna, we get to talking so foolish. We get to talking so foolish. Well, I ain't gonna be doing this and that and the third. You know what? God always, good morning, Rachel. Thank you so much for joining. God always, and I want y'all to know that, I put that picture up there of my office. I've been in that office for 13 years, but I'm still employed. I got a new office. My office looked like it was home, and now my office is home. So I'm still working. Oh, God is just so amazing. He is so amazing. It's going to be different. I mean, for you to think that you go somewhere for 13 years and then all of a sudden you're not going nowhere. If you don't have a difference, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. How could you be in a relationship with somebody? How could you be in a friendship with somebody for a while? And then when you're not in friends with them, you may get over it, but you still think about it. Because if you can just deposit 13 years of your life somewhere and walk off and never think nothing about it, something's wrong with you. If you can be in a relationship, or if you can be somewhere or doing anything for a period of time, over a day or a month or a week or this and that, and it don't bother you, affect you, not that you whining and crying about it, but you acknowledge it. But you know what he showed me on yesterday? You saw the picture. There was a lot of reasons for the picture. You saw the picture. It was red. You know, the name of that paint was Showstopper. That particular office I had been in for 8 years, God told me when I was getting my last little things yesterday out of the office, he said, this is a new beginning. I had been in that office since 2012. That particular office, I had another office for 5 years, but that particular office I was in for 8 years. God said, this is a new beginning, daughter. I said, yes, Daddy. Yes, sir. See, when you hear the voice of the Lord, it's not a bad thing. And even when you cry tears, and I didn't cry, but when you cry tears, all your tears are not tears of sorrow. You can have tears of joy that say, Lord, I thank you. I thank you, Lord. I thank you for using a wretch like me. I thank you for using a loudmouth like me. I thank you for using a person like me. I thank you for using me. See, you may say, I don't know how he using her. See, that's what's stopping you from being blessed, because you're trying to worry about his business instead of you worry about your business. You said, Lord, use me. I may not know everything. I may can't do everything, but I know through you, boo. I know through you, God. I know through you, Daddy. I know through you, Redeemer. I know through you, Comforter. I know that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, but I can't do nothing through me. I ain't nobody. But he uses me because he know I'm willing. I'm willing. I am willing. Do you know working from home? Do you know what that means? Where's home? You got to ask yourself. You remember when Jesus said, who is my mother? Who is my mother? So when you think about working from home, where's my home? I can work from home anywhere. All I need is an internet connection. Boo, I can be at your house. If you got the internet, I can be at work in the daytime, and we can be going out at night when it come time. When we get out of this quarantine and social distancing, and it's safe for us to travel, and you want to be an ambassador and say, come on, coach. Oh, you've never been to this place or that place. Come on up here. Baby, I can bring my computer with me. I'm at work. I'm at work. There's opportunities. There's always an opportunity. When you think about good, there's bad. When you think about front, there's a back. When you think about wherever you are, when you think about the law of polarity, there's always an equal opposite to whatever situation you're in. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It works out for the good of those that love the Lord. I love him. I love him. I love him. And I know that he loves little old me. He loves him some Onika. He does. You may not like me, but I know he loves me. Look, I'm getting ready to get out of here because I have a mastermind at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. I'm looking for some phenomenal people to be in my mastermind. I'm building my organization. If you want to know, and this is just for serious people. This is for people that would take the time to invest in themselves. And you can start in the mastermind for free. We have a free mastermind. But listen, check this out. When you're talking about God, people always say you're loud and talking too much. I praise Jesus for my healing in life everywhere I go. Yes. Romans 8:28, my favorite scripture. Amen. But I'm looking for some people. If you want to know about this free mastermind, it's a free one and it's a paid one. And even the paid one is phenomenal. But I'm telling you, get with people that's going somewhere. Stop sitting around people that's 2 years ago still talking about the same stuff. They still singing the same song. Can we get a new song? Can we read a new story? Can we talk about something different? We don't want to keep talking about this stuff, this, that happened, this, that, and the third. Baby, forgive and live. Stop holding grudges and let yourself free. Get the weight off your shoulders. Get the thoughts out your mind and let yourself go. Let yourself go. So remember, if you don't get anything else out of what I said today, there are no limits. And I'm going to close with my little song I made up when I started. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits. There are no limits. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits to what I can do. There are no limits. There are no limits. There are no limits to what I can do. I'll make up a song, honey, with anything, but it encourages me. And you have to do whatever you need to do to encourage yourself. Get out of that rut. Thank you so much for your service and message this morning. You're welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in, D. You have to know that do whatever you need to do to encourage yourself. You don't have to stay in that hole and in the pit with what happened and with the conditions and all these different sorts of types of things. You can come out. Thank you so much, Mother Webbs. You can come out. You can come out. You don't have to be so deep and let life sit on your shoulders. I wasn't designed to carry life on my shoulders and the world on my shoulders and everybody's problems on my shoulders, everybody's trash on my shoulder. Get up off of me. We have to encourage ourselves. Sometimes we have to encourage ourselves because you may not have a coach at the time when you're going through. Because, see, you may be one of the ones that say, I ain't getting on social media. We said we going on a social media fast, but you own everything else. You done went from social media to the phone instead of the throne. Good morning, Javette. Thank you so much for joining. Amen. Came in late. We'll watch the replay. Watching from Olivia, Pennsylvania, USA. Thank you so much. Please share this out. Share this out. There are people all over this world that need this. They need this. They need to know that you can be a human person. You can be a real person. You can be a hilarious person and want something in life. You don't have to be so deep and so arrogant and so bougie and so, all these things. But I love to give. I love to live. I love to go. I love to travel. I love to help. But out of all the things that I've acquired, all the degrees that I have, I like to serve. I'm a servant. I work in the ministry of helps. I am a helper. I don't have to be in the front. I will help. Now, when there's time for me to be in the front, I will be where I need to be. But that's not where I have to be to feel like I'm somebody in my skin. Baby, I can be in the background and you not even know I'm back there. I can just be passing my stuff from under the desk and long. Because see, the thing about this, I don't work for man. I work for God. And my pay is coming from God. God continues to bless me. He continues to open up doors and make ways because there's a grace over my life. The car wreck couldn't kill me because God wasn't through with me. The devil couldn't kill me. I've never had a depressed day. I don't get depressed. I believe in God. God, there's no depression in God. When I look at God, I can look at him in my situation. And as I prayed this morning, when you think about, it's our prayers, but it's God's power. It's our prayers, but it's God's power. See, these are my words, but my words will be manifest by the power of God. And I believe that. I believe that it is only through God that I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do. So when we pray, it is our words our prayer, but it's God's power. So that's why when we help other people through prayer, we're helping him. We're helping them because we're sending prayer. We're sending God in their direction because God is able to do what we can't do. We can't heal nobody. We can pray for people. We can pray for God to heal them, but we cannot physically heal nobody. We can't. I can't physically encourage you, but see, I can put a word out here to the universe, as we like to say. I can put a word up to God for God to touch your heart, to say that the words come out of her mouth, that they will encourage you. The words that come out of her mouth, they'll be an inspiration to you today. The words that come out of her mouth will be motivation to you today. You got to know that the words that you speak, they have no power until they go through the filter of God. So God gets in touch with you to say what I'm saying that resonates with you. Because see, sometimes when things are being said, when God ain't told you to accept it, you're repelling to it. You got a problem with it. You thinking who she thinks she is and who she thinks she talking to. Serving God will pay off after a while. Just keep on working. It'll pay off. The best pay that we can ever get. No man can write you a check that God can write you. The check that God writes you, ooh, just to think about it. Just to think about it. I like what I do. I really do. So I said, I think that was about 8 minutes ago that I was leaving. You know I'm Kojic, so you know we have all these 2 or 3 times of closings. I receive it. Amen. Belinda, that map is gonna be colored all up. It's gonna be colored up. You're gonna be, you know, it's that, you know, we're in 50 states, and we're in Canada. We're in 50 states, and we done shipped some stuff over to Nigeria. You know, there's some things, you know, because I know you my girl. All my needs from the time I met you, I'm getting all my stuff from you. When the idea come to my head, I got a new one actually I need to send you too. When the idea come to my head, my stuff comes to you. It's coming to you. Can you do something with this? Yes. Can you do something with this? Yes. So we got to know that. So if you need t-shirts, Belinda Rawson is your girl. She's fast. The prices are well. She's good. God connected with me. I went to an event that I didn't even know nobody. I saw an event This look, I say I'm going to go. If you got to go, you going to go. I'm going to leave in a minute, but I'm going to say what I want to say. When God tell you to do something, you got to do it. A lot of times God will tell us to do something and we don't move. And I don't know if that's God. I went to an event last year. I didn't know nobody. And didn't nobody invite me to the event. I saw the event on Facebook. I said, I bought my ticket or whatever it was that I had to do. Bought my ticket or whatever. I went to a place I didn't know nobody. I sit at a table, didn't know nobody. But do you know you don't have to know nobody to know God? You don't have to know nobody to know God. When you know God, God will make you know his people. When you're able to connect. So from the very first time, you know, I connected, you know, I like to patronize and support black businesses. And so I bought things there. And, you know, like sometimes even with, you know, I have booths sometimes. So, but, you know, sometimes people, I'm going to get back with you, this and that, da. No, I'm going to patronize with you now. That's what I'm finna do. What I'm finna do now, because you already know it's stuff there. So you go there prepared to do what you're gonna do. And so there was one particular shirt that I wanted, but she didn't have it in that color. But I said I still want it, and I reach out to her the same day or the very next day, and I want this. And can you do this? And can you do this? Because see, when you see greatness, you gotta walk with greatness. When you see greatness, you got to walk with greatness. I don't have to know how to do everything. I just need people in my life that know how to do things that I don't know how to do. That's how rich folks get rich. They don't try to, I got to do this. They don't try to do graphics, and they don't try to be this, that, and the third, the operations manager, the production manager. They try to do this and that. I got a VA. And I call, she don't know it, but I call for my t-shirt graphic design. I got a t-shirt graphic designer. I have a graphic designer that does my graphics. I have a technical manager that moves all my videos to YouTube. I don't know how to do all that stuff, but I don't have to know how to do all that stuff. You find people that know how to do what you don't know how to do, and you can live the life of your dream. See, you thinking that you got to do everything, but y'all don't want to hire nobody. You don't want to pay nobody. You think it's free. You think you gonna have a fortune. You want to, you think that you're going to have a fortune for free. Fortunes don't come for free. Fortunes come with dedication. Fortunes comes with commitment. Fortunes come with determination and something that you have to offer. And when you have something to offer, baby, fortune will come. It may come in little dribs at a time, but your meal bearer, it never runs dry. You can keep on making cakes for you and your son and your daughters and your neighbors and your neighbors' neighbors and in other nations across the globe. Your bread will never run out. Oh, this is good to me. Y'all have been wonderful. I thank you all so much. I mean, you know, if I had to come on here and be fake, I couldn't come on here. I wouldn't even know what to say being fake. Being all stuck up and not having a personality, not being able to be me, I wouldn't know. I'd be stumbling over my words and tripping over my own feet. But if I can just come on here and be me, I like realness. Good morning, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining. I love realness. I like to be around real people that's going to tell me real things, that's going to solve real problems, that I don't have to be afraid. Good morning, Derek. Thank you so much for joining. I don't have to be afraid to be me because I'm going to be judged by people that got the same problem that I have. We have to be real. We have to be real. And see, when you be real, the fake people, they'll get away from you automatically. Because when you keep on calling them out and they think that somebody gonna know them, you know, light and darkness cannot dwell in the same place. So when the enemy know that you have discovered him and you didn't cover them up, he'll run. Do you have you seen a snake sit in the same place once the snake recognized that you see him? Snakes will kill you. Snakes are poison. Snakes will do what snakes do. They'll bite you. But when a snake see you, thank you, sis, needed this morning. You're so welcome. God bless you. When snakes see you, they run. They'll run. They don't just come up on you when snakes see you. So when you got snakes up in your life, they will run. They will run. You got to call them out and say, boo, I see you. I know you ain't for me. Get on off my page. See, sometimes we think, well, I ain't gonna act like I ain't gonna sit there. I ain't gonna let that mess up my flow. No, my flow ain't gonna be messed up. You gonna get out of my environment. I want you to know that I see you. I don't want you thinking you can camouflage yourself. You can't camouflage darkness and light. You can't camouflage light and darkness. One gonna have to go. You can't camouflage fakeness with realness. I'm a realist. And that's why a lot of people can't get with me, because I don't do fake. I don't do fake. I don't do fake. I am a realist. Hey, how you doing, Derek? You got to be around real people that is dealing with real issues, that is not afraid to say, I got a problem with this. Sis, can you help me out with this? Sis or brother, can you help me out with this? But as long as we faking it, we're not going to make it. As long as we faking like we got it all together because we're afraid of somebody thinking that you thought that you had it, or you thought that again. If you don't know what to do, if you don't know, you don't know how to get to step 2 from 1, you need to be linking up with somebody. Stop sitting back wasting time that you don't have time to waste because you're trying to please people that do not matter. You only have 1,440 minutes in a day. Your time is limited. Now, that's a limited thing that you have, time. Your opportunities are not, but your time is. Because a day that you lose, you will never gain it. And that is the most precious thing that you will ever have, is the present moment. Because yesterday is in the past and your future is not promised, but you can embrace the nowness. And you got to say, I'm stuck. I got gifts and I have talents. I don't know what to do with all this stuff. Or I got this thing that I want to do. I don't know how to do this thing. I don't know how to do this thing. But see, we're so, we have been taught that, we can't trust nobody. You can trust those that you can trust, and those that you can't. You got to be woman enough, man enough to say, look, you fake. You are not about what I'm about. Your morals don't line up with mine. I need to be linked up with people that have integrity. I need to be linked up with people that ain't faking it to make it. That's not just trying to do some stuff to be a part of cliques and groups. You gonna accept me for who I am. If you like me, you gonna like me for being me. I can't be nobody else. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna get on here whispering and figuring that, I don't even know how to act like that. I get excited when I'm talking. I get excited. You know why I get excited? Because I'm passionate about it. That's part of purpose. When you walk in your purpose, you can be passionate. You can unwrap the gifts that God gave you, and you can contribute to the world. That's purpose. That's all purpose is. Purpose is, what are you here for? You didn't come here for you. We said we call selfish selfish. Why you post a selfish? You already know what you look like. Your selfie is for somebody else to see what you look like. It's not for you. You taking it yourself, if that's why you call it a selfie. But I'm taking a selfie. I'm taking my selfie because I think I'm cute, and I'm putting it out here for you to see it, for you to say, oh, that's nice. You looking cute today. You glowing, you flowing, or whatever reason. Because otherwise, why am I putting it out there? I know what I look like. Teach, woman of God. Look, you don't have to be so deep. Every word that come out of your mouth that you blessed and highly favored, your blessings will show in your life. Just do the right thing and have the right heart. Love God's people. Treat people like you want to be treated, and do what God has asked for you to do. And you don't have to be out here acting super spiritual. Well, you can't speak 2 English words yes, we're blessed, and yes, we're highly favored. Yes, God loves us, and all these other different sorts of types of things. But do you know that will show in your life? I kind of find it hard to believe, and I know I said I was going to go, but he just keep on giving me, sometimes you have people, I find it hard to believe that you and I know this may hurt some people's feeling. Your words come out your mouth because when you speak, it's, oh, I'm blessed and highly favored and this and that, da 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 da. But I always see you struggling. That finds it's kind of hard for me to picture your blessings. It's kind of hard for me to picture how good he is to you. Now, I know he's good to everybody, but it's no reflection in your life. It's no reflection that he's a healer and you always sick, because it's the way you speaking. You telling me that in your speaking, but what are you thinking in your private life? Because see, what you do in private will come out in public. What you do in the dark will come out to the light. If you know that he is a healer, you will walk in your healing. You will speak healing. You will think healing. You would act like you heal when you don't even see healing. And one day you'll be healed and you're like, I don't even know when it happened. I don't know when this miracle came. But see, sometimes we feel like we got to lie until No, you don't have to do that. But see, you don't have to be so spiritual and so deep and so, you got to walk around with the big Bible and you got to do this. You don't have to do that. And you don't have to quote scriptures to know that you love the Lord. You need to live scripture. You don't need to quote scripture. You need to live scripture. You need to show people that you love them. You need to be able to help people when they are in need. There are things that you can do that show that you are loved by God and God loves you, that you are blessed and you're highly favored. You don't have to speak them words. It's a reflection in your life. I don't have to say I'm blessed. I know I'm blessed. You see I'm blessed. I ain't missing no meals. I haven't missed not one thing during this pandemic. God has been blessing me. God has opened doors. God is making ways. God is making connection. God is doing things that man cannot do. It doesn't matter who you connected to, who you want to be connected to. It don't matter about the 5 people you know when you don't know God. When we don't know God, knowing nobody else matters. I got to know the God in you. Sometimes we think that, it's so hard to live for God. The work ain't easy, but it's not hard either. We just got to trust him. Put on your war clothes and trust him. And say, I'm in for the count, Daddy. I'm in. Because, see, I know my battle has already been won. I didn't want to fight that I didn't even have to fight in. I just had to show up. I just had to believe. It said that it is impossible to please God without faith. And when you go to him, you got to believe that he is, but he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. So yeah, you know the word, but we need to live the word. We got people that can quote scriptures, know the Bible from the front flap to the back flap, know all 66 books from Genesis to Revelation, but they don't live it. They don't live it. I can know one scripture and live that. Love the Lord thy God with all your mind, your body, your soul, with everything that you have. And when you love God, you'll love God's people. When you love God, you'll know how to treat God's people. When you love God, you'll know how to talk to God's people. When you love God, you'll help God's people. When you love God. So when you love God, all the rest of the things, it will line up. Oh my God, you're teaching this morning. And see, people think you can't love God and laugh. You can love God and laugh. You can love God and laugh. You can love God and love God's people and have a personality and laugh. The devil know the Bible too. He good at it. The devil, he's something. And then we'll try to trick you with it. Did he really say? Did he say that you was? Did he surely say you was gonna die? He asking you questions. If you are the son, if God is your daddy, then do this. Turn these stones to bread. Don't nobody gotta prove nothing to you, devil. See, that's the thing. We think we gotta prove something to somebody. We gotta act so spiritual. I gotta prove to you that I love the Lord. I ain't gotta prove nothing to you because I don't owe you no explanation with my love for God. I just gotta treat you right and not allow for you to get me down by me not forgiving you when you done wronged me. Because no weapon formed against me shall prosper, no matter how hard you try. God got me. So you don't have to prove nothing to the devil. Stop going out of your way trying to prove something to the devil. You ain't got no business proving this. Get thee behind me. Get yourself behind me. And I ain't got to worry about watching my back. Because God got that back there. I ain't got to worry about you. Get out of my ear and get out of my face. Get out of my sight. I need you in my Anthony Foreman voice. Get to the back. Get in the back seat all the way to the back. Go back there where I can't see you. Devil. Gone. Get back there. Oh, this has been good to me. I hope that it has been good to you. I am going to go because this mastermind is approaching in a few minutes. It started at 10 o'clock. So God bless you. I pray that you have an amazing day. If you're new to me, this is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I'm known as your procrastination strategist, behavior change expert, where I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and get your dreams out of your head into your life. If you're looking for a coach, mentor, consultant, or counselor, I am your girl. I'm your girl. If you looking for somebody to put some fire up under your feet because you know you've been procrastinating, going to, fin to, want to, should to, ought to, and ain't doing, I'm your girl. Get connected with me. If you're looking for a coach or mentor, I am available. I'm taking one-on-ones on my calendar, and I'm getting ready to start a mastermind. So if you want to be a part of a mastermind group, there is an investment, but it'll be worth your investment. Don't allow the investment in yourself to stop you. And this is not a women's group. This is for women and men. The mastermind is for women and men. Do not be limited, because it is time for us to live and walk in our truth. It is time for us to live healthy, wealthy, and happy lives. God bless you, and I will talk to you on tomorrow. Have a great day, and remember that today is self-care day. Find some time to put some time back into who? You. God bless you.